Hello, hello. My name is Jeffrey Davis. This is Radio Entrepreneurs. I'm the host of the show, also chairman of the board and CEO of Mage Management Consulting Firm. And we're having a good time over at the offices for the social scene. And as people know, we have a reporter on marketing, David Soper, and he's been involved many times with the show. Brings great content, great knowledge about social marketing, marketing in general. Today he's going to be coming to us with one of his stories. David, there's so much going on in the world of marketing. My head's spinning all the time. I don't know, I see a story on the news, when's it going to affect us? When do I have to integrate it? Will I be smart enough? Will it be the right thing? How do people decipher today where to go in the world of marketing? And there's only so much money.
Well said. You are right. The landscape has changed even in the last 9 months or so since the last time I talked about this subject. But we're not going to go too broad here today. But for a lot of challenges for business people is trying to figure out how to market or what to market. It still comes down to the basics. It still comes down to who your core audience is, what your expectations are of the marketing plan, and how you want to implement it, what's your return on investment. These are all basic business strategies that when you go to market, whether you're using digital, whether you're putting an ad in the newspaper, whether you're doing it on radio or television, it's all the same thing. What happens in the marketplace, or really what happens in the boardroom, I should say, most companies lose track of their main focus, which is trying to figure out what their goals are as a company, how to grow their business. If they continue to stay on track and stay on plan, implementing a marketing plan is just a matter of finding what lane you should be in. Your company that you bring in, the company that you hire, isn't going to know your market better than you do. So realize that you're the king of your domain, you're the king in your industry. You know your customers, you're a successful business person. What you want to do with your marketing person is lay out a plan on who your market is, their demographic, what's been successful in the past, and a good agency will come in and say, we can find that audience for you, or I don't think it's possible for us to find that audience for you, or these are the steps that we need to do first so you can find that audience.
So, do you want to walk me through that a little bit more granular?
More granular, sure. The best way to do it, I think, is when I sit down with a client, we do things a little bit differently. We'll sit down and talk with the owner, the vice president, and sometimes even one of the management folks, and we ask them how they go to market. One of the most important things that we lay out before we start talking about marketing in general is who are they trying to reach and how are they reaching them today and what is successful. And what we do is we begin to break down what way is most successful for them and how we can capitalize on that. Now there are several different directions you can go in, but the business owner generally has a good idea on what's been working for them. In some cases we come in and nothing's been working for them, so they're going to rely more on us to try and find the customer, to find the right idea. So what we do is take a look at the business in general, find out what it is that the audience likes about them, and put them in that lane. If it's a B2C company, it's going to be more a social media discussion. If it's a B2B company, maybe it's more an email blast with IP retargeting. If it's a B2C, again, we can sit here and talk about pay-per-click advertising. There are several ways to go at this, and we're not putting pen to paper until we've talked to the owner, found out what their expectations are, find out what their cost of product is, how much that product garners, what that product does for margin for them. So if we're dealing with a consulting firm that does billables for say $3,000 a month, and that $3,000 a month is $36,000 a year, and your retention rate is 3 years, so you got 36,000 times 3, so you got $108,000 in revenue. You're telling me if you need just 3 clients, that's $324,000 in revenue. We'd be happy if we got 3 clients because our retention rate is 3 years. We bill out at $36,000. So if we got 3 clients out of this, the return on the investment would be great. And that's really how we take a look at it.